it looks like we are live. Oh my god, here we go. He's back for the first time in forever. He's here to do this thing. So, uh, yeah, I've been doing photography again, which is pretty good, pretty fun. I did something at the start of the year and then did absolutely nothing with it ever since. So, yeah, I thought I'd do something a little bit different, show off what I have been doing, and we'll take it from here, I guess. Slight change. I've got a standing desk, so I might stand up. Oh my goodness. I've got a new monitor. Here's my computer, so if I'm not looking at you, which is that, I'm looking over here at whatever that is. But anyway, let's get into it, shall we? So, I've been playing paddle like every single tech bro in the world, and it's a lot of fun. And I've noticed in the UK at least there is still a little bit of a market for it, I guess. So I've been trying my hardest to try and get some freelance jobs again, purely based around this because, like I say, it's still relatively new. But obviously, you need examples, you need imagery to show off what you're capable of, and that's what this sort of is. If anybody from here does follow me on Instagram, then you'll have seen some photos that were taken in the wet and the rain. But essentially, this has been the second opportunity that I've had to actually shoot this sort of sport at a tournament level. So these guys here are a local club to me, S8 Paddle Club, as you can see on the t-shirts just there. And in this isn't yesterday, or was it yesterday? It was yesterday, Sunday's tournament. They were playing a local county cricket club. I think they lost, which is unfortunate for them, but hey ho, it's all good. It's all good fun. So, and then the other teams that they played, photos on my Instagram account, are a team called Meadowhead, which are these guys here. Let's see if I've got, say something like this. Here's everybody all together, as you can see. Team uniforms all around. It's all a fun time. So, and Capture One can't create proxies, which is fantastic. But hey ho. As we go along, if you've got any questions, if anybody does join the stream, then please jump on and ask away. But essentially, I'm just going to be editing this for the next maybe hour and a half, 2 hours. We'll see how long we go. And then hopefully I'll be able to deliver some of this stuff later on today, if not later on this week. So we're going to start off from here. If anyone's interested as well, these are all shot on the Sony a7R5, switching between the APS-C crop and the full frame, and also with the 2470 2.8 GM2. Cool, that's all the boring spec stuff out of the way. Let's get to editing. So far I have just auto imported them and I've put a high contrast film curve on, and everything, to be honest with you, looks pretty good straight out the box sort of thing. There might be some tweaks here and there that I'll probably want to change for other bits and bobs, but essentially straight out the gate it's looking pretty good to me. It's kind of getting the vibe that I'm wanting from the images. So let's start to have a look through here. So also another little bit of backstory with this. I've been through the culling process, so you don't have to, although obviously there are still a little bit more bits to be done. So specs are all down here along the bottom as well, if you're really that interested. But yeah, there's still a little bit more to be done in terms of culling, but we can sort of do that as we go. I typically have used Photo Mechanic in the past and basically just imported whatever it is that I've sort of set to be protected. But with this, I've changed it up ever so slightly, mainly because my Photo Mechanic license ran out, so I had to do it manually. But it's probably something that I will invest in going forwards. So yeah, we'll see how we go. Let's just get some basic crops on these, and I'll probably go through and re-rate these as we go. So that's another thing to mention as well. Pretty new to coming over to Capture One, so if I'm being an idiot, please let me know. Give me some feedback and some tips. But essentially, an editor is an editor. All this stuff is exactly the same as what it is in any editor. It just might work in a slightly different way. But yeah, we'll see how we go. One thing that I will say is that I did some stuff, some black and white stuff, just as a test earlier this year, and I don't know what it is about Capture One, but I just feel that the overall the image quality for black and whites just was so much better, sort of thing. So yeah, we'll see how we go on this. What have I done now? Well, that's all warm-up stuff. Oh no, we're into the game. Okay, so I've got rid of all the warm-up stuff. These are just fairly generic. Images. I wonder where this was taken. Shock, horror. Another thing to also say as well, been playing around with filters a little bit, as you can see. Something else that I think has sort of helped me get back into the photography mindset is probably sort of going a little bit further back to basics with things. Like normally this sort of thing I wouldn't be interested in at all. But yeah, I'm seeing this as a fresh start, starting again with photography and getting back into it a little bit more. So it's one of those things that I thought, well, I'll give it a go and see what I can do with it. Let's go back up. This is the only thing, because I'm a big dummy and I've rated everything. I think that, like all the generic group stuff, I think I'm just going to leave as is, to be honest with you. So but yeah, like I say, I've sort of seen it as a reset, so trying things that I normally wouldn't. I mean, sports as a whole isn't anything that I've actually photographed before, so that's probably the best thing to do in a situation like this. In a case like this. So let's get Matt and Simon in. I think I like that. We go back to, again, greatly appreciated any advice on actually speeding up this. I've got it set to skip to next after rating. I like that one, that's a 5. And then I think I'll lose him around the corner on this one, but I will double check. Well, I kind of like this one. So again, a reason for A7R5 is purely because I don't like this guy in the background. It's a no, I'm sorry. The reason for going A7R5 is I can't afford an A1 Mark II or an A1 regularly. So that's why I went A7R5. I think especially with just having the one lens at the moment, having that extra space to crop with megapixels is super beneficial. So I think I kind of like that as is. But which one do I like more? I'll tell you what, let's go. Copy. 5. Apply. Although it's not going to do the crop, is it? No. Righto. Again, like I say, if anybody is a Capture One whiz and they see that I'm an absolute tool whilst using this, then please let me know. So I'll probably come back to these later and have a look and decide from there. I don't think anything really happens in these, no. With this guy, the ball immediately dropped and went straight into the net, so he said please don't include that. So I'm not going to include that, but I might include this one here. Like I say, next photo the ball's pretty much in the net, so we'll try and make it look a little bit more like he's saved the day. So let's bring this in up. Okay, so I've got to go back to all of these now and follow them up. 0, 0, 0, 0. Yeah, we like that one. I'm not sure that I like that one. I like that one. Got good form with the volley on there. Yeah, we'll leave that one as is for the moment. Not really. No. Come back to that. That's just generic behind the scenes stuff. And this is the interesting bits. Which camera am I looking at? I'm looking at this one. So yeah, again, talked about crazy lens filters. I've been playing around with this. Admittedly, I've seen these used for like concert photography, and you can get them silly cheap on AliExpress. And I thought, why not? If it's all brand new, then I may as well, again, play around with these things that I normally wouldn't even think about. So there's quite a few of these, and admittedly I think that it does really sort of quite well suit the sport. I was saying to some of the guys yesterday, like, it can be super explosive to watch and photograph, or sometimes it can be quite still and static. So having a lens or a filter a bit like this can just add a little bit more. So say for example, if you're receiving the ball, you could be trapped behind the service line for like until the game's over, sort of thing, and then you go on to play the next game. So for people that do just get stuck in the corner, or people that are just stood up at the net returning everything back, having something to create a bit more, I'm not going to say visually appealing, but maybe visually appealing, something a bit more interesting to keep you enticed into what's going on. Obviously, a person just being stood still, much like one of these, is just a person being stood still, which isn't the greatest, I don't think. But when you've got a bit of action and you've got a low enough shutter speed to put a little bit of motion into the things that you want motion to be put into, I think it can work quite well as a framing tool. The majority of these were shot with the APS-C crop on, purely because the filter itself, let's see if I've got it down here, not in that pocket, oh yeah, the filter itself, I don't think it is really designed for full frame coverage. Like, it came to me like this. I mean, if we do something like that, whoa, it came to me with a step-up ring. So it's going from a 77 up to an 82. So I think it just doesn't quite cover. This is an APS-C camera on here, by the way, so that's why you're getting a pretty full screen experience. But yeah, the majority of these, like I say, were shot with the APS-C. Like this stuff, you can see you've got lots of dead space, whereas in the APS-C crop mode, it just seems to fill it out a little bit better, which is it's pretty handy, and it is very pretty. So it's one of those. So do something like that. That one. Kind of boring. Sorry, mate. No, I've missed that. Eyes are closed. Eyes are closed again. There we are. Here we go. So, admittedly, these ones I put out on my Instagram just as stories the other day, yesterday after getting back home, just to quickly put something up. With this here, I'd quite like to do a little bit more with the sort of negative space than the blacks. Obviously here is pretty good. I mean, even if you put the exposure warning on, I don't think we're clipping here in the blacks, but we are in the highlights, but that's not a major issue. We can pull that back as is anyway. But yeah, I think this is when I started using the APS-C crop, and it just seems to add a certain other element sort of thing. And again, it helps with that reach across the court. They're 20 by 10 meters, so a substantial size of court. So sometimes you do need a little bit more reach. See about that. Again, this is with the it non in the full frame mode. You can see just how much space there is and how much of the middle we need to punch back into. So, but I mean, it is kind of cool, but I think that there probably is just a little bit too much. So we'll not that one. This one. We'll just bring that back in. Like so. going on here? I like that one though. I want to get enough coverage of people. That's the only other thing. I don't think so on that one. That one's a no. I think that one's a no. Again, if anyone's got any questions, I keep seeing people come on and then disappear again, then come back on, then disappear again. If anyone's got any questions, then please feel free to post something. Or again, like I say, if I'm the biggest idiot in the world with Capture One, then also please let me know. I think that one's got the best colours, but we can probably do something with that one. Yeah, no on that one, we're going to get on that one. So a bit like that. So here's another one that I edited briefly yesterday for socials. On this one I might actually see how it looks. I quite like this being up here and all, like you can just about make out the court underneath. So I might keep that one as is. Yeah. This one's cool. Oh my god, and my voice is going. Yeah, so I think this is coming off of the lights on the court here. These are like the bright white ones. The ambients were these 3200 Kelvin lights in and around the area. As you can see, I've been a bad photographer. I just left everything as shot. But I know for a fact that it was 3200 because I did do a meter reading whilst I was there. So we're pretty close. I mean, if we do 3200, whoa, no, maybe it wasn't 3200 then. Who knows what it was? That's what my camera said, but hey ho, it is what it is. So, but yeah, on the courts you've got 4 of these bright white LEDs, and then, like I say, the ambient tungsten lights were in and around the area, which is what is creating this sort of swirly effect here. So I must have been just at the right place or at the right angle. These lights weren't anywhere on the court, so I'd imagine that this is a reflection in the glass, and that's how they've ended up in the image, sort of thing. But no, very cool. And the same again for that one. Scroll wheel's going crazy. I think that might be the one. It's less light, but pretty cool. Although I don't like, I kind of like the position, but I kind of don't like the position at the same time. That one might be better actually. So, and yes, I do know that you can do auto import to have everything cropped the same and to have the same sort of edit applied to everything. But I'm too much of an idiot to do that, so I haven't. Boring, boring. This is the thing. You do one round of culling, you get everything in that you think that you need in, next thing you know, you're liking more than what you should do. No, that one's pretty cool though. We like that one. So, shoes in, of course. Don't chop off the shoes. Might ditch that out the top. And that looks like it could just be a light streak anyway. I think it's the actual text written on the side of the glass. But yeah, we'll have that one. That one isn't as good for the shape. No. We'll come back to that one. No, people just stood. That one's alright, but I don't like mating the background. That one's pretty good because it's a little bit more balanced. And it's one that I've already edited, or at least cropped down to fit the resolution. Again, let's get that foot in down the bottom. Do something like that. Cut it close. Nice. I like the green in this one more than I do in that one, but it's just from the position of the ball. But I do think that that's a better shape. Yeah, sorry. Barely off the ground there. Matey in the background. Yeah, we'll put that one in as well. No. Yeah, I like the green, but no. Yeah, I like the green, but no. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. So let's bring that back out. Bring that down to something like that. That one's a no. I think that one's a no. I think that one's a no. Nah. We'll keep it anyway. There's nothing going on in the shop, but we'll keep it anyway. Something like that. I'll bring it in. Bring it in and down. Yeah. No, no. No. I'll put this one in as well, just in case. We have one concurrent viewer. Oh my god. One concurrent viewer, ask me a question, interact, put something in the chat. Tell me that I'm terrible at Capture One and I'm terrible at photography. And then we'll take it from there. Nah. Maybe. I don't know. There's something about it. There's something there. I don't know. I can't say for certain. But I think that there is something. Although this in the background isn't. No, we're moving on. I think there's an alright one of this guy. This is good just as a mucho generico portrait. The one concurrent viewer didn't want to ask me a question or insult my photography, so I thank you very much, concurrent viewer. Do something like that, yeah. No. It's interesting. It's interesting. So one thing that I will say, that one's pretty cool. You've still got the ball in there, so we'll have that one. One thing that I will say is it's shooting sports, again, isn't something that I have ever shot before. But it's interesting to see sort of how you can apply certain things that you've learned from other types of photography. So obviously anticipation is a huge thing with this. You want to make sure that you're in the right place at the right time to actually capture what you want to capture. And you also, I will say this much as well, you do need to have a understanding of the game to sort of know what's going to happen where. That's pretty cool as well, but I think it's just the lights. So yeah, it's tricky to both watch and photograph at the same time. But it's fun. I've had quite a lot of fun doing it, so more upright, or do more? Let's do both. We're in the mood for triple culling, so it's all good. Bring that in. Something a bit like that. That one's pretty cool as well. Should we do a one of these? Quite like that though. Would it fit in a square? No. Back to 4x3 it is then. Yeah, boy. Happy days. Or I'll tell you what, should we go feet in? Should we bring that up? Bring it up, bring it in ever so slightly. Also, really cool. The concentration is real. I go for that one. I'm not sure that you'd like the delivery of this one, but hey ho, we'll see how we go. Yeah, I will say no to that one. Cool. I'll go for something like that. My heating is just turned on as well, which is fantastic. It's absolutely freezing in here. Yes. Nah. Yeah, nah. Nah, I don't think so. Fence. Cool circle. These ones I want to put down as 5s because I've recorded a fair few. Yeah, that's whatever, that's whatever, that's whatever, that's whatever. Generic behind the scenes stuff. So these are pretty cool as well. So these are taken with a slightly different filter. Hold your horses. Let me grab it. So again, another AliExpress special. I think you can buy them directly from the actual manufacturer website, but they're marked up like 3 times, and for essentially a cheap shit bit of glass. I don't know why you'd do that, but this is a dual linear prism FX filter by a company called Walking Way, and it looks a little bit like that. So, and what it essentially does is, if I hold it up to here, you can see that both left and right hand side, it just distorts the image, makes it look like there's some motion there. And again, it's this weird, you can't quite see, it's this weird sort of dome shape that goes up, it's flat and goes back down again. Yeah, like I say, you can buy it directly through their website, and I think that they do have like a US warehouse, but if you put enough thought into it, buy them let's say a week at the very minimum, 2 to 3 weeks at the most ideal time. You can get them shipped over from China, and they will be almost a third of the price, essentially. So I don't know why you wouldn't do that. So let's do something a bit like this, bring it back. It's also got this really nice sort of weird halation slash what would you call it, chromatic aberration effect on the lights, and for whatever reason it seems to have done something really quite nice to the saturation on these. Not entirely sure what that is, but hey ho, it's pretty cool. But this is the I think this is the winner, that one or that one. I think it's probably this one. So let's grab that as well. Do something a bit like that. Again, this is like almost culling 2.0, so apologies for this. I will get into actually doing some proper editing in a bit. 69, yeah. So, I mean, like, look at the faux light trails as well that you get in as well. It's pretty damn cool. So, and again, if you are just in that corner, I think this was just after serve, to be fair, so there was a bit more going on, yeah, from the looks of things. Drop the ball, contact the ball, running in. Yeah, if you are stuck in that corner, it can make the images a little bit static. It looks like you're doing a squat for nothing, really. That one's pretty cool. Take a crop of that though. Let's bring that in. Like that. See, I haven't quite got him central, and he probably was a little bit too far away, or I didn't have the zoom, the lens zoomed in quite far enough. In fact, let's get that up here so I can actually see what focal length I was at. Yeah, 35, so I should have zoomed in a little bit more. But again, weird things happen when you zoom. I think either a longer lens or having it in the APS-C mode might have been a little bit better. I think that's a no. Whoa. That one's alright, we'll take that one. Something like that. Again, shortcuts and keybinds, people. That's what I need to learn. So, and another thing to mention on this filter as well, you can rotate the direction of the streak, so you could have it flat, up and down, that way, this way, ever so slightly off axis like this is. And it, yeah, you can take it from there. This one is pretty cool as well. You'll notice as well that I'm cropping everything to 3x4, but that's only because of Instagram, and it loves that nowadays. Is he gonna hit? Oh, it's so weird. Like, it looks like it's flying miles above him. What was this shot at? 26. It looks like it's flying like way up here, and then it's just like padoink. So it must have been a slow, shallow lob, I'd imagine. Do I like that one? I quite like that. I do quite like this one as well, so let's clip this one. Adds a bit of foreground, takes up next to nothing in the scene, but just adds a certain je ne sais quoi, so you know exactly where you are. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. I kind of like that one because you can see the ball coming in, but it does look like it's flying a million miles above his head. But I don't like his position as much. Let's say no. Let's say no. Let's say yes to this one though, if I haven't already. Pretty cool. Yeah, say no. Yes. That one's cool because you've still got the green streak in, so let's give that a go. Don't really like his position too much, but that's my issue. That's me as a photographer. I should have moved to a slightly better position. Yeah. So again, this is that example that I keep bringing up of just being stuck in the corner. And again, it just adds a little bit of speed. Maybe I would have rotated the filter around a little bit more. Hey, one concurrent viewer, ask me a question. Tell me I'm terrible at photography. Every time that there is a concurrent viewer, I am going to say that. So, yeah, apologies. Do I prefer... Looks like he's got his tongue out on that one. I'm not sure. I quite like that one. Not so much. Not so much. I do like that one. Let's have that one as well. I've got two concurrent viewers. Oh my god. Tell me how terrible I am at photography. Ask me a question about Capture One that I can't answer because I still don't know it very well as of yet. Please do get in touch. I will open a PO box as well. Don't like that one. Don't like that one. Nah. Let's have it, but I don't think. Someone has been spotted at your front door. Thank you very much. Ring doorbell. Let's do something. No, wrong button. Let's do something. A bit like that, maybe. Yeah. No. 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 If it was on the return. Donk. What is that? Is that a Speed Pro? I think it's a Speed Pro. No. There's a bit more motion in it. What are we thinking, one concurrent viewer? Do we think that I should have shot it a little bit slower than 1/500th of a second, just to have a little bit more motion in the scene? No. Nah. Nah. It's abstract, it's pretty cool. Let's clip it. As is. No. I obviously decided to take some time off while shooting this bit. Do I like that? I think I like that one a bit more. Let's take that one. The Ring doorbell is going BANANAS. Let's have that one. Let's not have that one. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Something like that. Yeah, we like that one. I think I prefer the others slightly more, but coverage, people. That's what it's all about. Get your coverage in. No. Again, that's the thing. If you've got someone just in the corner squatting down like that, it's not the most flattering thing. That's pretty cool. Whoa. It's just, although, could I save this? Do something mega crazy. I'm going to say yes. No. So again, this is where I've switched the filter around to be top and bottom. Just to sort of see how it looks, but I don't really like it. And with a massive reflection right there. Fantastic. Slow shutter speed stuff. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. My boy's getting raptured at the minute. So, and again, anyone joining the stream, we are currently sort of culling 2.0. Originally I started off with about 1100 photos, and I've been able to whittle it down to about 524. So obviously there's more abstracty type stuff like this, and there are some normal stuff as well. I can probably do something with that. I'm not a big fan of that one, not a big fan of that one. Reflection's too much. I could probably do something with this. So let me do something like that. What is going on? Sorry, bear with. I don't know if it's Amazon delivery driver or what, but hey ho, someone lurking about. So yeah, I quite like that one. I might be able to do something with that as well. So I think this is with that dual filter, and also the although maybe not. I was going to say the dual filter and the cross type, but I think that's just being pulled straight up through the dual. pretty cool. Grab that, bring it in, get it on there. Nope, nope, nope. No, 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 no. Kind of cool. If we do and we go mad with it, and we'll see at a later date. So this is very similar to one that I took the last time around, but he's hunched over rather than being upright. Again, that could be something kind of cool if we... something a bit like that. The Worm Boy, I'll call that one. That one's pretty cool, I like that. We'll get a crop on that. Very Dementor-esque, but it's cool. So, and not really much going on, but it's cool. That one's pretty good as well. We'll get a crop on that one. Something like this. Yeah. I like that one. I don't think I like that one. That one's pretty good. We do. There. I don't know, I kind of like all the space around him, to be honest. I don't know that much. Yes, I know, I'll come back to that later. The joys of shooting burst, getting more or less the same image, but that one is better. Nope. No, 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 no. Kind of cool. Again, this is where having a big crop is pretty helpful. So that one there. No, no, no. Strike a pose. Pretty cool. I might do something with the rotation on that, just to... we'll see. That one's pretty good. Grab that one in. Bring it down. We give it a bit more space to breathe. There we are. Like that one. Not sure that I like that one, no. Do I like this one? It's very similar. We can give it a go. We can give it a go. No, no, no. That one's pretty good. of that. Not quite in focus, but you can only do what you can do. That one is better. So let's go to this one. It's funny, like in this cull window up here, which is what I used yesterday night, it was everything's like so much I don't know what the word is. Everything just looks so much flatter and duller. Like I probably would have maybe been a little bit more aggressive if I could see a little bit more of what was going on here. This is a good one. Full on demented. Not demented, dementored. Well, that one. That one's also pretty good, but out of focus. Like too much out of focus. Yeah, why not? That one might be better actually. We'll keep both. We'll keep both. Next, the ball's gone. Nope. This one's pretty cool. I do like this one. Again, I'll have to really work on it to get the most out of it, but Contra Pared, I think it is, off the back glass and then back over. Again, slow shutter speed 1/8, 100 ISO, 24mm apparently. Nah. Don't think so. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Again, needs a bit of work on it. No. These ones just look. I think when you've got a super stable background, it's kind of a bit, because the person's essentially just disappearing, and I know that it's going to be harder to. Well, that's a definite yes. It's going to be harder to pull them back out again after the fact. So you're going to regret that one, mate. That's pretty good, just as a general. Again, general. Yeah. I wish the focus was on this guy, but it's not. It's locked onto these guys in the back. No. I do kind of like it. I think it's the pose more so than anything. Nah. Nope. So this was at the end, as you can see, sad faces. And then they went on to play what's called a Mexicano. So whoever gets the most points is up on the top court. Whoever's got the least points ends up on the bottom court, and you're aiming to get the most points that you possibly can. So that's what they did immediately after. So you'll see on here that the teams are sort of split up a little bit. No. Yeah, it's kind of cool. Yeah, it's kind of called crop. And again, we do something with 6400. My ISO, admittedly, I've been bad. I had it on auto ISO, but it's only because, as you can see, like with this, like the I would say that this is overexposed, and sorry, no, this is underexposed, and then this is perfectly bordering on overexposure in places. So I couldn't just sit at a set ISO, because again, this is 4000 and this is 6400. So this would have been even darker if it was at 4000. So I just sort of left it as is. Is it cool? I don't know. I don't think so. No, no, no. This one's cool. I'll bring that in a little bit. No. Yeah. Is there anything that I'm looking for particularly? No, not really. That one's better. That one's better. It is mainly sort of shapes more so than anything. That one's alright because he's got arms out on the old diagonal. But if it is just someone stood dead straight, then it's less likely that I'm going to go for it. That one's pretty good. Oh my god. And you can't see matey in the background as well. So it adds to... Yeah. I'm going to have to do something with the contrast, I think, because these are all... Like, some of them, mega contrasty, others not so much, but I suppose it's when you're into, like, introducing a filter like this, you're not going to get consistency anymore. That's out the door. Banger after banger with this guy. Oh my god. Bring that in, bring it down. Shoes in. Make sure you always get the shoes in. Official ruling. And again, you see that because he isn't stood up straight, I'm drawn to it a little bit more. He is sort of squat, ready to go sort of thing. So if we go... And again, the contrast is absolutely whacked. That one's a no. That one's a no. That one's a no. That one's a no. I like the shape. We're having it. Something. And you can't see. Oh, there's a reflection of a body in the background, but it's nothing major. No, because it's just out. No, no. Yeah. So I think this probably was. This was a speed filter. I think at the time, I was thinking that the speed filter was going to be a bit more interesting. But going through these again today, I think it's probably this filter is my favourite out of the bunch. That's sign. Oh. Health and safety hazard. I'll bring that up next time I'm in. So, right. Bring it down. With quite a lot of this, I think I'm going to put a vignette on as well, just to draw you in even further. That one's pretty good. That one's a no. Yeah. Give it a go. Nah, less so. Nah. Yeah. Yeah. That one's pretty good. We'll have that one. I think this guy has to have been ex-squash from watching him play. I think that was a no. That was yes, because I love the big light. I love the big light. Yeah. Sorry, I'm being wanted again. No, nothing major. We're all good. No. Yes. Give it one of these. Yeah. Is there something in that? Yeah, there could be. Give it one of them, but I'll try it. That way. No. I'm built for vertical. I'm built for vertical. I've got a thing for vertical images. Try something like that. Yeah, why not? Nice lob. No. Yeah, we'll whack it on. Why not? Down, bring it in. Bring that back up. Give it a bit of whoop. There we are. Big shape. Small shape. Dull shape. Big shape. There we go. Something like that. 500. That's a 0. That's quite a good one. We'll have that. Actually, generally I'm saying that if you can't see the ball come off the racket, it's a no, but I think because it is so dynamic, we'll have it. Yeah. Again. Great forehand volley there from Matt. Do something a bit like that. Yes. No. And then I think we're at the end here. Yeah. So these are just genericos. Okay. And we'll come back to them later. So let's go here. Let's go. Rating 5 stars. Let's go Control A. Okay, well, I did leave them in there, so I will have to go back and put them in the other. So let's put that into. I'll tell you what. No, let's do it this way. Let's be clever. Let's be clever. Come on now. That. Control A. Click, drag. That into that. I've already got the Smart Album set up as is anyway, so I may as well. So, and what I will do on here, I'll go to the none. I'll just go 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5. No. I'll come back to the more generic stuff of just play later. Okay. I'll do them another day, but I'll get the majority out. Yeah, you see, super contrasty, love it. Pretty still damn contrasty. But then again, some of them washed out to shit, so it's one of them. Let's put these all in as well. That one's good because everybody other than this bloke down here, that's the one. We'll have that one. He's looking away. Perfect. Right, let's go back into here. So, and shall we start with fixing some of these? So, am I going to white balance off of anything? No is the answer to that. I think our shot was correct. So, we're an hour in, we're just over an hour in, and we've only just started editing. Yeah boy, that's what it's all about. Give it a bit of that, up the saturation, get them reds popping. Going for that orange and teal. Let's add, I liked punch last time I used this. Let's add a bit of clarity. Dehaze now, vignetting, yes, we will have a little bit, please. Elliptical. Just darken that down ever so slightly. Highlights and shadows, highlights are clipping, but it's not too bad. We can bring that down. I'll tell you what, we'll bring the whites down ever so slightly. I don't have an issue with losing detail in images. I know that some people are super mega anal about it, but quite honestly, I don't think it's that big of a deal. Let's just make sure that my black point is, it's not. Okay, interesting. Let's bring that up. Enable shadow clipping, thank you very much. I thought I had that on by default. Bring that down. Oh yeah, and then you start to see it up there, which is all good. Shall we add a little bit of, I know what's happened. I have I had to reinstall Capture One because I tried to uninstall an old version and I was dumb and uninstalled the older version of Capture One and got it mistaken. And now, where the hell did that go? Film grain, there we are. Bring that down to the bottom. Yeah, so I had to reinstall everything all over again because I'm an idiot, essentially. Tabular grain, that's probably too much. Let's bring it back. Or should I do fine grain? Shall I be different? Off. Back in. Got it. See, I don't mind noise in an image or film, like overly film grainy images. So I'm not really that bothered by any of this. We don't want that in there. Let's close down match look because we're not using that today. What's the toggle hide on off thing? Manage. Whoa. I didn't know about this. Vigorous. Whoa. Extreme. That is too much. Cubic. Choppy. Yeah, choppy's choppy. Silver. Silver plus. Smooth. I quite like smooth plus. I think we're going to go with that. See, I know how to do this bit. And I think we're going to apply that to all of these. Like so. Whoa! Everything is a little bit tealy now, but what are you going to do? Let's have a look. I think this one, I need to boost the overall, add also, importantly, sorry everyone's about to get flashbang now. Oh, Christ. Turn off night shift. That's what I should have done first and foremost. I'm still happy with that one. I'm pretty happy with that one, but I think the reds, doing skin tone, no, I think the reds could do with being a bit more saturated. I'm gonna, whoa, turn this display down. I don't know if you can see the brightness being affected, but yowzers. My eyes. Bit on there, saturation up, bring that down a little bit. -31 -6, 31. -6. Close enough. And yes, I know you can copy and paste off the preset window, but I'm too much of an idiot. I do worry now, have I gone too far? Oh. No, I don't think so. Maybe. Where are we going? Highlights. Or is that more? Ooh. It would help if I had that taken off. It's not really highlights, is it? That's doing that fine. Midtones. Yeah, I think that's a little bit better. Right, we go again. We go from here. up to here. Apply. The whole thing lags. There we are. Everything's a little bit warmer again. Says my midtones and my highlights I need to change. That's all good. I've learned something and I've learned how to do it efficiently. Don't show me all of them. How do I just want to see one in a selection. Whilst we're here, may as well first straighten. Was he drunk when he took this photo? Quite possibly. Do a little bit of that. Level her up. Perfect. Everyone's looking healthy and good. Should I do the worst thing in the world? Whoa! Fuck it out. Yeah, let's not do that. Let's just go and boost the shadows ever so slightly. I've got my lens profile on, don't I? Yes, normally. What's that under? View. Add tool. No. Toolbar, customize toolbar. No. That isn't what I wanted at all. I am an idiot. View. Add to refine tab. Maybe I am a moron. It is entirely possible. It is entirely possible. That is brilliant, well done. Just go for let's pick on someone else. Let's pick on someone else. Stunning. There we are. What was I doing again? I don't know. I think everything's fine. So let's just add on. Let's not add on smooth to that. Let's just leave it as is, I think. 6400, 500th of a second. Why did I do that? Everyone sat down. Hey ho. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Happy days. Again, we'll copy this. Do I need to add anything else on there? I don't think so. Everyone looks pretty happy and healthy, so I'm taking that as a win. I'll tell you what I will do. Let's put these on a colour. Colour tag will go red for you, and then I can sort them by that colour and do any adjustment if I need to from there. We'll deal with the big swirly swooshy ones first. Pardon me, everybody. Many apologies. Swish, 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 swish. Oh my god. Trigger happy. Let's go there, and we'll go color rating again. We'll go red, and we'll go apply. Oh my god. And again, way blue, but I think that might be because I copied it from the wrong one, the one that I was happy with. So let's go back to here, let's go by red. Let's go down to here, go copy you. All you, apply. It's still mega blue. I don't know what's going on. Undo that. So I guess we're going through and we're doing it manually. I don't know why that was rated 5-star. I don't know why that one was rated 5-star. No. Yes, but it's way blue. What the fuck is going on? It's on a custom white balance. Hooray, as shot. That's better. Maybe that's what the issues with the others were then. We go again, we apply. Yeah, I reckon that's what it is, because now all these are fucked up, so. We go copy, we go paste. There we are. I think. Yeah, way too orange. Better. Sick. We'll do the same for not all of these. We want to go down to, what was it here? Here. Basically, all the ones that look like they're too mega blue. Let's go down to there. Apply. Sick. All right. Again, whoa, that's why. That's why. Why am I on custom white balance? As shot, please. As shot, please. Oh my god. Well, this has been 2 hours of me looking like an absolute fool, but sometimes you just got to do it. You just got to crack on. Yeah, too much, too much, too much. Too much. So we go copy. These actually look pretty good. So let's go to there and we go apply. These are the ones that I want to put into a animated GIF thing. So we go from here. give them the old as shot. There we are. So here we go again. Oh my god. Boring shot. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's alright. Yeah, it's pretty good. Why a shot? Why a shot? Whoa. A shot. Why is this now changing? If I go copy. Camera profile, film curve, dehaze, color, white balance, color balance. Why? Bizarre. I don't know what to say on that front. So, still no one telling me how I should be doing things correctly in the chat. I'm a little bit disappointed, but hey ho. Sure. 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 No, not that one. See, some of these I think do look better than, yeah, maybe a little bit hot, but run it back a little bit. Look at that chromatic aberration. Oh my god. DP review would have a field day. No, DP review, DxO. This is the worst lens we've ever tested. It's an ultra wide lens and it distorts ever so slightly, especially when you focus up close. Well done, lads. That is exactly what happens when you shoot a wide angle lens. Sick! Oh my god, so that's the before. Yeah. I am very happy with that one. Is it too warm? Maybe. Has it got a vignette on it? It does have a vignette on it. Happy days. Cool. See, I know some shortcuts. Woohoo! That one's pretty boss. Pretty baller. Let's just have a look. I think it's going to be too blue. It is. Yes, let's undo. Let's just make it a tad bit better on there. I do quite like this one. It's just a generico shot, but it's interesting in it. So, Mr. Back. I'm going to call this guy Mr. Back. So, yeah, pretty good. Too warm. Cool it off ever so slightly. Yeah, I'm happy with that. It's too warm. Those loop decks, that's what they were called. That's where I could find something like that here and now being super handy, because I don't know the shortcuts. Maybe I should just learn the shortcuts rather than using a loop deck. But the Logitech MX Creative Console in graphite in partnership with Adobe, so it probably won't work with this. So, but yeah, I remember a few years ago they were like massively all the rage, And then you just started seeing less and less and less. And it looks like they do live streaming equipment now. There it is, Loop Deck Plus. You've got to go down the page to almost the bottom to find it. But yeah. Editing made easy for beginners and pros. Your connection to Spotify has been expired. Please try disconnecting and reconnecting to the WordPress site via Shopify. That's on their website, that's not me. So, yeah, it looks like things are going well for them. Yeah. Anywho, yeah, maybe I should just learn the keyboard shortcuts, and then I could get through this a little bit quicker, or a little bit better probably. Yeah, I think that turning what's it called, night shift off has buggered me ever so slightly, because now I can't tell what is good and what is correct. Like in auto, everything looked fine earlier, but now when I put it on, it's like well blue, so I don't know exactly. I might do a quick, I like that, and I like that, I like that. This is all the same shot. Sick. That one's better. Yeah, that one's better. Because yeah, if you look at this now, it's going to go, it's already too blue in my opinion, but as soon as I hit that, it looks a little bit better. Just add a bit of warmth. There we are, happy with that. The rarity. That's the flary ones that I like. I don't like that one, that was going. I like that one. My highlights are clipping though, so everyone's going to be absolutely livid with me. Let's just bring that down a little bit and maybe bring the shadows up just a tad. I'm already at -20 on my white skies, so go easy on me, yeah. That is too much. Just go back to shot, see what that looks like. No, bring that back in. No, I liked it before a little bit more, but then we'll go to about there. Yeah, I'm also going to have a look on my phone as well now to look at the images that I did yesterday. Was it back here? No. Might be further on. Because I just want to compare how this on my phone looks to... No, it was further up. Yeah, this one. So I've added more contrast, which is what I wanted. And I've added a bit of grain in, not noise, grain, and the vignette. So that's basically what, just make sure I'm not being an idiot. Yeah, that's basically, although now that I'm doing that, I can see where I'm losing. Oh boy. And he thought this editing malarkey was going to be fun. Let's bring that down ever so slightly on there. Why is it so magenta? Up, back. It's too green. It's there. too green now? Mate, my eyes are knackered. I think that's it. I think I'm happy with that. Shoulders. Okay, let's carry on. Where were we? Done all these, done. We done to here, didn't we? Let's do this one. Yeah. So we go a bit of blue. That's all. That's all you need. What's this? Oh yeah. Are no shortcuts. Control E, Y, C, H. I don't know what I'm doing. Is it Y for loop? P. Oh. P for loop. Just double click. It's easier. Bring that back in a little bit. We are happy days. This one looks like I didn't even bother cropping it. No. 4x3, do something a bit like that. Down, yes. So this one, I think this one needs even, well, does it need more contrast? I think it needs the black lowering. So if I do that on a curve, I'll just go boink. Did that do it? That might have done it. Boink, like that. I think it probably is a little bit too orange. We just add a bit of cold in. Pretty happy with that one. Maybe just add a little bit of, yeah. Again, just a little bit of, yeah. Just a little bit of, yeah. Just a little, tiny little bit of, that's too much. We'll go to there. We add a bit of green back in. Oh, too much. Let's undo that. Let's undo that. Let's just go as shot. Decide that we don't like it. Go back to this. This is the workflow now, everybody. This is the only way that you should be operating. That's fine. I'm happy with that one as is. That one's too much. Let's bring that one back. That one I think might be too contrasty. I don't know. Ooh. What are we gonna do? Maybe bring them up ever so slightly. Chat, where's your feedback? No feedback. Okay, good. Set that back to 0. That down. Cool. I didn't crop it, did I? No, of course not. Get back in. Again, bring that down a little bit. And that back up. I'm pretty happy with that one as is. Oh, your highlights. Watch your highlights. It's fine. We'll do something like that. You happy now? this one, I do want to bring it down a little bit, but I think I want to bring them back in. Maybe that back in. Oh my god, he's doing it. He's getting the layer mask brush out. Jesus Christ. Here we go. Soft feather. Do something a bit like that. And then bring that back up just a tad. Just a tad. So again, before, after, before, after. You got too much going on there? No, I don't think so. I think that's all right. Happy. They look very similar. That's good. Cool. Am I going to go through these again? Yes, but maybe not just now. So let's go and export these. I'm an idiot. Export. Let's put you want to change the default version? Yes. Let's go images, new folder. Come on, new folder. The SSD is warm. Edits. Swirl. If I can spell correctly. Swirls. Let's do that. That can be fine. Yeah, I guess so. What's that one still doing in there? Like I say, I feel like my job is forever culling images. Wow. Forever culling images, so I'm sure that I will probably change my mind and come back and do something completely different at a later date. So, fun. Right, so that's all red's done. So let's go back to here. Library. Let's go none. Let's go. We'll do speed lines as orange, shall we? Come on, capture one. We'll do like generic stuff as blue, I think, if we go dirt to dirt. We go color blue. That's a blue. Blue, 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 blue. Oh, blue, blue. They're all blues. Color tag. Blue. So that one, 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 that one. Where are we currently? That one, that one, that one, that one. That one, that one, that one, that one, that one. Bang, 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 bang. Bang, 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 bang. Ba, 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 ba. Da, 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 da. Again, calling on people to tell me how to speed up my workflow in Capture One because I desperately need it. I think that's it for that, and they were going to be orange, weren't they? Orange? meant to be blue. Alright, so I'll put them in with the orange because they're whoosh. Right, orange. That's not orange, that's red. Orange, please. S'il vous plaît, thank you. What do I do with this? To be honest, I'm pretty happy with it. Shall we do this instead? Shall we have a look see if this actually works? Because I haven't had a look at this yet. Match style, I want that in here. Thank you. Now, say if I go here, 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 here. Solid, let's just do the rest. Because I can always undo. Shall I apply it as a new layer? Solid. Apply. Whoa. Definitely not. It definitely does not know what it's doing. Wowie. Green as balls is my review of that. So what would I do different then? Luma curve, normalize, white balance. Let's take white balance off and see if that makes a difference. Apply. No, still absolutely bjorked. Let's take exposure off as well. Apply. No. Oh my god. So this thing basically doesn't work in the way that you think it should, which is good. Should take that off. What's in here? Let's try this. No. Is it going to be something to do with colour tone? Or colour adjust even, maybe? Let's just do saturation. Apply. No. Back. Let's go and take that off and apply. See if we get the same pop. We are getting closer. We are getting closer. The white balance is still a bit off, but I think we're getting there. Well, these look pretty similar down here, and that looks, yeah. Again, I think it depends on how close you are to certain lights, as well as where you are in the scene. Do I like that one, or do I like that one better? Oh look, there's a hand there and a lens. That's me. That's decided it. That one is the best one. So, which is all good. So what am I going to do with that then? Oh, there's not in that one. There's not in that one. But that one's a bit more shapey. Shape. So I think it was pulling the blue from up the top there. So, and it hasn't touched these, which is all good. So if we go, is there a color picker? There is a color picker. If we go for this, what does that do? Cursor tool, direct color selector, cursor tool, HSL, yeah. Horizontal, vertical. So if we go dirt, Alt, okay. If we go dirt, nice. Shortcuts, people, learn your shortcuts. Right, there we are. But now I just want that. Thank you. I think I want to just desaturate it a bit. I think that's all it really needs. So, a boring one. A bit of a boring one. So, as is this image, I feel now. Let's try that again. Dirt and down. Let's desaturate. Yeah. Cool. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. That looks pretty good. So, let's go just back into here quickly. Grab this. We want to go and we want to copy. We don't want that. No. 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 Lens profile. Yeah. Yeah. Grain clarity. Yeah. Noise reduction off. Okay. Copy. Go back into here. Find my guy, wherever he is. We go for this one. We go doink. Oh no, we don't want that because we said that we don't want that. And we don't want that. And now we hit apply. No, and I've just double clicked on the wrong thing. There we are. And we hit apply. Nice. Again, let's try that again. Lens profile. I have no idea what the bloody hell is going on here. Window, create floating tool, lens correction, window, create floating, lens correction. There we are. We'll have you, and we're going to put you not in there. I'm going to put you in adjust because I want everything all in one place because I'm insane. Diffraction compensation. I'd imagine we want this to 100. Pardon me. Okay, undo. 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 Yeah, I guess. So we go copy on there. We go to it. We go paste. Ooh. That wasn't what I was expecting. sort of auto corrects it out. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it. That's all right. I don't mind that. My webcam is flashing saying that it's running out of battery, so I'm going to call it here. We had a maximum of 9 viewers, so well done everybody for being 9 people for the past 2 hours. I'm going to continue this into the early hours of the morning, I'm sure, and I will get everything sent out at the end of the day. But we shall see how it goes. Thank you for tuning in. If you did tune in, or if you're watching this back, I'm sorry it was mainly culling. If someone wants to tell me how to actually use Lightroom, that would be Lightroom Capture One. That would be fantastic. But until then, I bid you adieu. Cheerio, toodle pip. Ciao for now. Bye bye.